Rick Santorum was on C-SPAN over the weekend talking about Iraq and the Middle East, and he let something slip that, one, tells you his true feelings, and two, is beyond absurd. So let's listen to what Rick thinks about this whole one man, one vote thing.
You mentioned Egypt. I don't think Egypt was ready for elections. I mean, that's, you look at a lot of these countries and you make the assumption, I mean, look at the United States. I mean, were we ready for an election when the United States was formed to have everybody in the United States vote? Well, our founders didn't think so. They limited the people who could vote in an election. Now, you can say that's horrible, it was terrible. Well, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it was a decision that was made to make sure that there was some continuity and stability within the government that was consistent with the values that the government was founded upon. So, we can't go out and say, well, the objective is a free election. That should have never been the objective.
Oh, sweet Jesus. He makes my job too easy. I have an answer to his question. He said, hey, should we really have made it okay for everybody to vote when America started? Yes. Okay, moving on. Next question. No, but think about that. It's amazing that to him, he's a historical relativist. Somebody who looks at different times in history and goes, no, within the context of that time, sure, that was perfectly fine, of course. Obviously, you only wanted white male property owners to vote. Obviously, at the time, that made sense. No, not obviously. No, in fact, the opposite is true. Obviously, that wasn't the right idea. We should have had no slavery from when the country started. But see, he's legit making excuses for that time. He's like, well, come on, man, the times were different. People wore powdered wigs. People shit outside in a fucking hut. Why would they not? Obviously, you don't let the black people vote. You don't let the women vote. They weren't ready. Duh. No. The person that's not ready is you, and you're not ready to be on TV because you're simply too stupid. Never mind running for president. It should be universally understood and accepted that we're not historical relativists. You can look back and say, okay, yes, you were wrong for doing X, Y, or Z. So by the same token, can we look back at, hey, man, in the 1530s, we burned witches at the stake? I mean, what do you expect? It is what it is. We're supposed to burn people at the stake that far back. I mean, it happens. No, that's still wrong. Just because they did it a while ago doesn't mean you go, happened back then. We used to cut people's heads off on a regular basis. Should we look at that? Oh, man, that's fine. That's totally normal. For fuck's sake, the British Empire, do you know what the British Empire did? They fucking conquered half the world and just colonized them and flat out enslaved people. Should we look at that through a cultural lens and go, well, I mean, the people in those places really had it coming. What did you expect? Everybody in those places to be ready to be more civilized? Obviously, they needed the British to control everything they did and enslave them. No, that's stupid, and that's not true. Freedom is always preferable. Democracy is always preferable.